In the name of the United States of America, I christen thee, Gurnard.
By adhering to strict design calculations and executing all technical procedures with care, any major technical feat becomes possible. A major feat indeed, the launching of a ship is an operation of extreme importance and potential danger. It is therefore imperative that each phase of planning and construction be handled with great care. This picture's purpose is to familiarize you with the more basic operations involved in a launch, from the beginnings of construction to the time the ship hits the water. Mare Naval Shipyard has 4 inclined pile-supported building ways. The Gurnard is to be constructed as designated on ways 1 south. At the beginning of construction, keel blocks are placed atop concrete stock sections. 140 such blocks run along the ship's center line and support the ship's full weight during construction. These blocks consist of a steel box filled with sand, above which a foil-covered wooden block is placed. Prior to launch, the sand is evacuated by turnboats, simplifying their removal during transfer of ship's weight. Shown on either side of the keel blocks are the ground ways, to which the weight of the vessel will be transferred after removal of the keel blocks. Built in 48-inch wide sections, they are laid on a decline of sufficient angle to permit the ship's weight to overcome the friction of grease. This will allow the ship to slide down the 489-foot ways at a speed well within safety design limits. These same groundways are cambered on an 18,900-foot radius arc. This enables the ship to attain buoyancy sooner once down the ways. Side shores and bilge shores are erected for support and stability during construction. The bilge shores consist of 3 double 12 by 12-foot timbers equipped with ribbons and diagonal bracing. Underneath the ship are the 12 by 12-foot dagger shores used in keeping the ship from sliding aft. Built diagonally between the floor of the building ways and the ship's hull, they are removed just prior to launch. It is interesting to note that the Romans reportedly used the removal of these dagger shores to trigger their ship launches. Grease irons are placed between the groundways and the sliding ways. This permits temporary bearing to be achieved with no loss of grease. 25 such irons are used on each side of the waves. Directly above the sliding ways are the ramming wedges. Before launch, they will bear the cradle above them against the ship's hull. The launching cradle, located atop the sliding ways and ramming wedges, is the vehicle upon which the ship will ride down the ways at launch day. This cradle is ballasted with lead to ensure no possibility of post-launch flotation. Tricing and backing lines are used to secure the ship to its cradle. After the launch, these lines will be cut simultaneously, enabling cradle recovery. The forward portion of the launching cradle, or forward poppet, is fitted with a foamed-in-place plastic cap. Below this are 3 courses of 2-inch white pine boards. At the time of launch, as the sternum of the ship becomes buoyant, pivoting pressure is absorbed by the crushing action of the forepoppet. A new technique, this forepoppet was fitted with a special crush marker to measure effectiveness against pre-planned design specifications. 2 different layers of grease are applied to the gruntways, over which the sliding ways, cradle, and ship will travel. A 3/8-inch heavy base coat of carnauba wax and heavy petroleum grease is applied at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, forming a smooth base surface. Then, a 1/4 inch coat of soft petroleum grease is applied over the first coat. Their combined properties will create just the correct amount of friction called for. The trigger mechanism consists of a double system of steel arms used in gaining mechanical advantage. Both the trigger and its safety release pin are checked for smooth operation prior to launch. Arresting cables lead out to the strait for the purpose of holding the ship in check after launch. Connected to both the ship and the building ways, these cables will hold the ship to an area midway between the island and the Vallejo shore. Today, Saturday, May 20th, Mare Island is launching the USS Gurnard. The day's schedule fully planned. Each step is coordinated through the launch officer. At 07:05, the grease irons are removed, and the first rally of wedges are removed. At 09:20, work has begun on the removal of side shores and dagger shores. Out of view, others are dislodging the keel sand blocks and breaking the dagger shores away from the underside of the ship's hull. Once the shores are removed, the clips are burned away from the ship's structure, followed by paint retouching. Final inspection is made, and Gurnard's 375 tons of pressure is placed squarely on the trigger. With control's confirmation that the time has arrived and all is in readiness, excitement grips both the participant and spectator. Mrs. George P. Miller, wife of Congressman Miller of Alameda, christens the ship. The yard's 508th ship and 13th nuclear submarine will soon take her place alongside the other great ships serving our Navy, our nation, and the freedom of the world.